Many, many miracle signs and wonders on today, you all. Listen, God is so amazing. Let me tell you something about the great and mighty God. I want to share this testimony that when I came down here, God, I had been single for 2 years before I met this guy. God told me I was gonna meet a police officer, and I'm like, hold up, for what? What we about to pray? He never told me what it was, and I'm not gonna say he never told me what it was. I wasn't high enough to hear what he was saying, and what initially was supposed to happen was I was supposed to go with the guy on a trip to give him favor so that he could pass his test because favor comes with the wife. And I was supposed to give him favor and then I was supposed to go back home. Instead of us doing this, we end up sleeping together. We slept together, and when you know you sleep together, you get an enemy a foothold in the door to pervert everything God doing. We weren't even supposed to cross that path. It's just like a regular trip like anybody else who in ministry. A man and a woman to going on a trip together as friends. They ain't supposed to do this. Now, because we crossed that path and slept together, now we're setting up goals like we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We're going to move here. We got a year to do this. And when I tell you God came and scribbled on every plan this man had. When we got back, God shifted me. He said, find an apartment. Now I'm like, God, why you bringing me without him? He bringing me without him because we weren't supposed to be together. We was just supposed to have an encounter. He was supposed to introduce me to Florida because my husband was here, and I was supposed to get here because God knew I would never came to Florida unless my husband brought me. That's something I always said. So I'm like, okay. We head over heels. We know it's God, but we don't know why. Well, he probably knew why. I didn't understand why because he was a little elevated than me. And he was mature than me in the spirit. To be honest, he activated me. One thing he used to ask me was, Danny, what is it you're supposed to be doing? What is your purpose? Where are you supposed to be going? Like, I didn't understand. I used to be like, what? Nobody never asked me this. So that made me fall in love with him. He see God, I'm seeing God. The whole time it wasn't God's full plan. Now let me tell you, for those of you who are, God is ending relationships right now. You don't understand why he's ending the relationships. And that's because he's not going to allow you to mess it or mess it up. Your time is so important right now for you to get everything that God wants you to have, that he's ending the relationships. He's breaking them apart. You can no longer stay with these people. And we have to be okay with that. So I'm saying this because I'm down here thinking that, oh, okay, God, you want to send me down here. Now, let me tell you one thing he told me. I had like 5 jobs lined up when I got here. God knew I was not going to come if I couldn't see I was going to have a job. So I got 5 jobs. I come on down here. I couldn't work neither job. When Orlando is a family-oriented city, you got to have some support. You got to have some help here. Now the guy's like, I told you were supposed to come with me. You need me, such and such. But God was like, nah, he did what he was supposed to do. Y'all thought that's what it was. You need me. That's what God was saying. So the whole time I'm down here, I'm like, okay, God sent me before him because he's trying to prepare me. And what God told me was, I'm trying to teach you how to be a Proverbs 31 woman, wife, and mother. Now I'm thinking he doing this for him, because I'm waiting on him to come. The whole time it wasn't even for him. But God knew that I wanted him so bad and he wanted me so bad that he kept allowing us to see each other. Now we're sinning. But see, how many of you know that God will get the glory out of everything? So even though we sinning, I'm keeping my eye focused on God and I'm growing, I'm elevating, I'm getting stronger, I'm hearing his voice for myself. He's training me in the prophetic. So God is like, okay, my grace is sufficient for the place that you're in so that I can get the glory out of it. This is why it's so important for a lot of you all to stop doing the stuff that you are doing and come up out of your lukewarmness. So I get to this place where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to date. Now God is like, now you release, you can start going out and doing this and doing that. So I tell him I'm talking to somebody else. He gets my records or I don't know what he was doing, but he got my information where he knew I was talking to other guys and this, that, and the other. So that when I became homeless in October, but this was 2 years ago when I became homeless, I didn't know he had already got moved down here. Now I asked him to come with me, and he didn't come with me. He was like, I can't come with you, such and such, and this, that, and the other. I don't have a job. Somebody got to hire me. You can't take care of me. So why he couldn't come with me was because I'm finding out he was married. I didn't even know the guy was married at all. So when God exposed that it was a woman in the house, we kept talking, but he never said he was married. Well, I'm thinking it's just the baby mom. The whole time, this is why he could not leave. He was trying to get joint custody, but he was trying to do everything from the back, behind her back. And God had me to expose everything to him. And what God was trying to do was mature him. He was trying to mature him in ways to say, hey, if you don't want it no more, just say it. Agree to get the divorce or to, and to get joint custody or whatever it is. A lot of you guys will stay with these women just so you won't have to get on child support. And one thing that he told me was marriage is not about love, it's a business. And I had a client tell me that I don't love my husband, it's a business. And I said, nobody is going to tell me that God can't give you true love. And it's only when we get in situations where we with people we not supposed to be with that it is like this. So I'm telling him to take a faith step and come with me because he see God, he know God. Well, God give you a choice to choose what he wants. But these people have a certain time to do it, or God will bring somebody else because he's not going to have you sitting here waiting on somebody to get it right and get it together, to grow up. These people asking for you, but when he drop them in your lap, you want to treat them like you was treating the person before. So God is not allowing us to do this. So he's causing a separation because a lot of these people just in the way taking up space. Now I meet another guy in Georgia, and I really liked this guy. I liked this guy to the point that I was going to move to Georgia. We was talking about building this together and starting this together. And I'm talking about everything that I was expecting to get from this person, the police officer, he was doing it. I was going to funerals. I was going to Sweet 16s. I was being asked to go to family reunions. When I say he's sending gifts, flowers, we celebrating everything together. I love the family. And I was turning that down just for what I wanted. And there's a scripture, I think this is Psalms that I can't even think of it, but it talks about we shall not want. Yeah, it's in Psalms 23. You shall not want, and I'm understanding you shall not want because your wants, what we want, will literally, what he wants will literally separate it. Like it will be like, and this was the residue God was saying, I need you to turn down what you want. I need you to turn down what you expected me to do, and I need you to run with what I want you to have. Because the very thing you're asking for is right in your face. The diamond you're asking for is right in your face. What you're expecting this woman or man to be is right in your face, and you're overlooking them because you're looking at what you want. Your flesh wants that. But it's not even healthy, it's toxic. So I wanted to come and encourage some of you all who aren't realizing that you were so close to getting married. You was about to marry the wrong person. You were so close to getting in the house with this person, but God blocked it. He blocked it because they weren't the one. And God was not about to let you miss it or mess it up again. This is your set time, your appointed time to win, for victory. God used that situation because he knew you wanted it so bad to tear some stuff down in you, to open you up to even wanting to be a wife or a husband. Some of y'all have been married before. You never want to be married no more. Some of you all hadn't been married and you just didn't want to get married. So I have people who coming out of from being whores and pimps who talking about getting married. But God had to use what you wanted to make you focus on him to do what he wanted you to do. I got testimonies that people reading scriptures, they praying with people, they doing this, but God was just showing you and he was letting you see your growth and your maturity that you don't even like what you used to be. And if you look at the person or the situation, you're going to miss what God is doing in your life because you're looking at you want this when God is saying that ain't what you need. I want you to have this. This is what you need to get everything that I want to give you. This is what you need. So I want you to encourage yourself today. I want you to be excited today. The joy of the Lord is your strength. You didn't do anything wrong. Nothing was wrong with you. God said he's done letting you be intrigued by the enemy. You shall not, and you shall not and you will not die. You will not end up with the wrong person. You will be fruitful. You will get the inheritance. You will have all God has for you. So I had to come and share this with you all. Because guess what? God said the diamond is right in your face. Stop overlooking it.